Welcome to another episode of the Unleash the Magnificent You Facebook Live broadcast this week. I'm excited to have an opportunity to share. Today is part two. My name is Mark Romero, just in case you didn't know. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the replay. Looking forward to have an opportunity to sharing and seeing what shows up today. So this week, I think as I announced yesterday, I did my first one yesterday. Announced that I'm going to be sharing a Facebook Live at 2 p.m. Pacific time, all 4 days this week up through Thursday. And then I'm capping it off with a webinar that I'm hosting this Thursday evening, um, entitled the same thing, Unleash the Magnificent You. It's all about healing your life, expanding your awareness, and unlocking your potential to compose the life of your dreams. So I'm looking forward to have an opportunity to share. Yesterday, I talked about the first essential step to really unleashing our magnificence and living a more empowered life. And that was really embodying that we are these divine, magnificent, energetic expressions of life, of universal energy. And we have so much power that's available to us. And so the first step to really unleashing our magnificence is really to begin to embody that. If you didn't listen to yesterday's call, I invite you to go back on the page, listen to the replay, and catch those steps that can help you to really start embodying who you really are. We're so much more than what we perceive through our senses. We're so much more than who and what we see in the mirror. It's absolutely amazing as we dive into it, what begins to show up. Today, I wanted to share the second step to kind of unlocking our potential and unleashing this magnificence that's within each and every one of us. And that step is called tuning your energy. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to dive into that in a second here, but it's really about rising above the static and noise of the modern day world so that you can start getting connected. If you imagine an AM radio, and you're tuning in to, let's say, a radio station on there, and there's static and noise. We've all heard this before, like you're leaving town and you're listening to your favorite radio station, and the further away you get from town, the more static and noise fills in that broadcast, and it kind of disconnects you from the program, disconnects you from what it is that you're tuning into. So we live in this environment that is filled with static and noise. So, to kind of dive in a little bit deeper to give you a better understanding, as I mentioned yesterday, you are an energetic being. We are energetic beings. Okay. If you break us down to the cellular level and beyond, to where you're actually going beyond molecules and stepping into the world of atoms, you realize that your energy vibrating at different frequencies, and that in reality, you're actually mostly composed of empty space. Now, I know that can get our minds to whirl all kinds of places. Not important, but this is what the world of quantum physics has really opened us up to, is that you're not who you see in the mirror. You're so much more. That's the tip of the iceberg of who you are. We are these energetic beings. Now, way back when, I got connected to a group of scientists from NASA who were looking for tools and things to help people optimize their energy. And so, in the course of their presentation, they showed me these pictures that were taken through NASA of the biofield, this field of energy that surrounds our physical body. In the esoteric world, more appropriately called the aura. Um, but what's interesting is that this field of energy has these layers of color or layers of light, and they actually correspond to each one of the energetic centers called your chakras. Well, this field of energy conducts who you are. This field of energy conducts your physiology. It conducts how you operate in the world. It conducts how you move through your experience. And it's kind of like this, like the guitar. I could be the best guitarist in the world, but if those strings aren't in tune, am I going to play beautiful music? Am I going to reach my full potential? Am I truly going to be able to create what it is that I have the ability to create? No, I'm not going to be able to. It doesn't matter how I could play like Andre Segovia. It won't matter how well I play. If those strings aren't in tune, I'm never going to reach my full potential. If our energy is not in tune, you're not going to reach your full potential. I don't care how hard you work, how much you study, how many videos you listen to, what you do, you have to tune your energy. How do we do that? Every day we are virtually being exposed up to over 80,000 man made chemicals in our air, food, and water. It's literally become a huge part of our lives. It's in every aspect of our life experience. Those chemicals put our energy into a state of disharmony. When you are in disharmony, you suffer from stress. You don't run at the highest level of which you were designed to operate. You have compromised health, compromised physical energy. Even your mental functioning is challenged when your energy is out of tune and when we're being exposed to these different things in the environment. And there literally are in excess of 80,000 man made chemicals in all these different facets of our lives. And just in case that's not enough, how many of you have seen one of these before? You know, we have literally filled our environment with all kinds of disharmonious frequencies, Wi Fi, smart meters, 3G, 4G, and now coming online in a very big and upsetting, powerful way, 5G. We've literally filled our living spaces with static and noise. All of these disruptors are compromising that field of energy. We're trying to constantly adjust to what it is that we're being exposed to. Well, how do we do that? How do we rise above this stuff? Well, this is kind of how I got started in this whole arena over 10 years ago. I got connected to a former consultant from NASA that discovered frequencies in my music that actually eliminated the negative effects of these energy disruptors in our environment. It started me on this whole path that I've been on now and really opened up me to really learning more about my ability to work with energy, how I could apply this energy and the music to help others to rise above these negative influences, and as a result, dramatically lose their stress, increase their physical energy, increase their mental functioning, actually put the body into a state where it can optimize self healing. You're connected to everything you need to heal your life, transform your experience, and recreate the world that we live in. But in order to really access that power, yes, the strings have to be in tune, but we have to have a good connection to this field of unlimited possibility. That's who you really are. And every day we're being challenged. Think about it. In the last 20 to 25 years, we have seen exponential growth, exponential people dealing with neurological disorders, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, autism, all kinds of different things. Now, these scientists back then, they felt that all of these huge increases in cancers and different things were all the outpicture of a disharmonious energetic field. So that's why they wanted to find a way to be able to basically eliminate those negative effects and be able to provide a pathway for people to be in the world but not negatively impacted by it. And now, and being in this work now for over 10 years, I can tell you it is absolutely possible. And I've seen people in my own experience, in my family's life, people that I've worked with, that I've worked with my music for years, who have had huge shifts in their state of mind, their state of being, their physical energy, simply by null and voiding these disruptors in their space. So I wanted to share some ways, some steps, some things that you can do to be able to start minimizing the impact upon these upon your energy and actually help you to feel better and ultimately to help you to unleash your magnificence. Because remember, to play beautiful music, to reach our full potential, we must be in tune and in harmony. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what we do, we're never going to reach our full potential. So, some of the most powerful steps that you can take. Well, first of all, number one is eat better quality foods, more raw food, more live foods, um, uh, minimize eating processed foods, stuff that got chemicals in it, get into organic stuff, step away from genetically modified foods, Such a powerful way to begin to start shifting your energy. Another huge way is your water. What quality water are you drinking? Okay. If you're drinking water out of a tap, you're getting chlorine, all kinds of fluoride, all kinds of different chemicals. And what do chemicals do? They disrupt our energy. So you want to improve the quality of food and water that it is that you're feeding yourself. You want to minimize your exposure to these devices. So many of us sleep at night with these next to our head. Turn that thing off, put it on the other side of the room, get it out of the room, turn off your Wi-Fi. You don't need it at night while you're sleeping. You know, nighttime is such a huge time for us to rebuild, reconnect, to connect into higher levels of information that we do while we're sleeping. We're actually rebuilding our physical body. So essential to have optimal energy to rebuild our physicality. If you do have my music, play the music. If you don't have my music, you can always get a free download through my website, and I'll share more about that in a second. Another great way is to get out in nature. Of course, if you're in the northern country, you probably don't want to do this, but take off your shoes and step on the ground. Ground yourself, breathe the fresh air, feel the sun. All that has the ability to cleanse your energy, to clear your energy, and begin to start tuning and harmonizing your energy. So these are just some simple steps. So yesterday we talked about really embodying that you're a divine, powerful, beautiful expression of universal energy. Today you have to tune your energy. The second step is about tuning your energy and rising above these negative influences in your environment. Absolutely essential. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about the most powerful energy disruptor in the universe, and not only how you can rise above it, but how you can actually utilize it to lift your life to new heights. So, as I mentioned earlier, I am hosting a webinar this Thursday. If you're interested in learning more, you want to dive in deeper, I invite you to go. There's a link here in my description where you can sign up for a free web. It's complimentary. And we're going to dive in and go through these steps, but really give you a clear understanding of how you can rise above these things. The other thing that is completely leading edge, I've known about this for years, but in my own journey and stepping into what it is that I do, kind of felt resistance about maybe sharing it. I thought, oh, people are going to think I'm woo-woo or a little out there. But I can tell you this, that you can actually program this energy that I work with through my music, that I've been working with for years, into negative energy disruptors and make them harmonious. So, what does that mean? Well, you can program the frequency into your Wi Fi router. So, Dr. Lair and I have a membership community, and every month I harmonize all the members' Wi Fi routers. Why? Because the Wi Fi router can be used as a vehicle to broadcast tuning and harmonizing energy. It's hard to explain, but you can demonstrate it. So if this is of interest to you and you'd like to learn more about this, I invite you to attend the webinar. I'm going to be sharing some demo videos actually showing how this is done and its effect upon the physical body. And it's going to be a good time. So that's Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific. It's complimentary. There's a link on this page you can link to sign up. I invite you to come back tomorrow to tune in to find out about the most powerful energy disruptor of all and how it is that we can transcend it and actually utilize it to lift our life to new heights. So that is my message for the day. Very quick, very simple, but this is an important step. You've got to tune your energy, and that means you have to rise above the static and the noise of the modern day world, because you have a song that's within you. That song is your passion, it's your calling, it's your purpose, it's your expression, it's why you came here to play the game of life. We all know what it's like to experience disharmony. We were not meant to play our music, our expression in a state of disharmony. And I can tell you this right now, it is completely possible for you to restore harmony to your body, mind, and spirit, and to be in the world but not negatively impacted by it. So to learn more, tune in for the webinar or catch the yesterday's Facebook Live or listen to the replay of this one, or tomorrow, of course, we'll be diving into the most potent disruptor of them all. So There you go. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I will stick around here if you have any questions, and we'll go from there. So thank you so much. Have a happy and harmonious day.